As a park space, it's a lifeline for so many people, myself included, that just need to get away. The fact that people can be downtown and within 20 minutes can just be completely submerged in the woods is really, really huge. And it makes people happier, it makes people less anxious. And so it's so important that we have this right here in our backyard.
Sarah West, and I've had quite a long relationship with the Wissahickon. I started walking in the Wissahickon as soon as we moved to Philadelphia, which is around 1963, and biking in the Wissahickon. And then around 2000, I was a member of the board, and that's been really a wonderful outlet for me to get outdoors, to meet wonderful people, and to take care of something I really love having available to the public.
My name is Jim Dugan, and I'm a crew leader with the FOW, and today we are in the beautiful Wissahickon, and we are cleaning drains, which will basically help keep water off the main trail here through the park. I retired in 2018, and I'd always come to the park for years and years with my family, and I really was, one, looking for things to do, and secondly, I thought it was a great place to give back to. So I came out on a Tuesday, and that was in 2018, in December, and I've been coming back 2 or 3 times a week ever since. And I find it's a beautiful place. It never gets old. And I've met so many great people who are doing the same thing, who basically, what they're interested in is preserving the park and keeping it a very viable, beautiful place to be.
My name is Patricia McGuire. I'm the field coordinator with FOW. I've been here almost 5 months now. I just started in December. It's been a great opportunity to spend time outside and work with my hands and get to know all kinds of different people who work with us and just be out in the park every day. I think it's important to me because not only does it allow me to, do the kind of work that I love and feel like I'm making a contribution, but allows me to share that with other people. And Friends of the Wissahickon has been, a great opportunity to do that.
Well, the Wissahickon Park formed shortly after the Civil War in order to protect the water supply. There were a lot of mills, probably 24 of them between the mouth of the creek and where Chestnut Hill College is now, and they were producing a lot of pollution. There were dye mills and there was oil in the creek and all kinds of nasty stuff. The park was originally formed by citizens that were trying to protect the water supply.
I'm Sean Green. I'm the Director of Field Stewardship for Friends of the Wissahickon. I've been with Friends of the Wissahickon for just over 5 years. I came on as the volunteer coordinator and just kind of kept taking on more responsibilities, and now I'm overseeing all of our field stewardship programs, which are mostly volunteer-based. The park has over 2 million visits per year, so it's a lot of people come to the park, and probably if you asked every single person that came to the park what the park means to them, you'd get a different answer. And for me, the park is really a sanctuary.
There's always been a governmental interest in the Wissahickon. But now cities are stressed for money, and I think that the efforts to put our city budget together and to serve all the needs in the community make it difficult to get funding for the Wissahickon. So some of the funding comes privately. There are donors to the Friends of the Wissahickon, and they undertake a lot of projects. And I think there are other organizations that do that as well. So that's the big advocacy now, that we preserve the park, that we don't invade the territory, and that we fund its maintenance.
We work very, very closely with our city partners. So Wissahickon Valley Park, as well as like over 300 parks, are owned and operated by the city of Philadelphia through Philadelphia Parks and Recreation. So that's multiple watershed parks like Wissahickon Valley Park, also a lot of rec centers, ball fields, pools. The park system, unfortunately, is sort of notoriously underfunded, and they don't have as many resources as a lot of other cities put towards their parks. And so a lot of work ends up kind of being spread out to friends groups, like Friends of the Wissahickon. So it's important for people to stay involved and know people who they're voting for, what their stance is. Every year, the city votes on a budget. There are public meetings, and it's important to reach out to your representatives and show up and just say, this means a lot to me, and we need more resources put into it. There's an organization, the Philly Parks Fund, that has a lot of information about kind of the budget, how we match up against other cities, and even like Baltimore, like close by cities, put a lot more money per resident into parks than Philadelphia does. I can't really speak to exactly why it's so low. I'm not really sure. I think there are just other issues that end up taking precedence.
I hope that a protection of the park will continue, that people will value it and take care of it, and appreciate all the volunteers that come down to work in the park. And the neighboring roads, that we have cleanup, that those continue, and that people stay curious about the park and want to learn about it. I guess I'd like to see all the good stuff that we have going on now keep going. We have a responsibility as citizens to follow the regulations for use of the park. And we just need to preserve a resource that everybody uses and not be selfish about it.